Welcome back to another episode of All Access with the Profs, live from Bozorth Hall. I'm Nick Earnshaw.
And I'm Louis Wilson. We got a lot to get into today as we're talking about some dingers. We're going to also talk about some guys that made the Honor Roll Society from the Profs as well, and some wins and some losses, but, we're going to get right back on the saddle and get back into the win column.
Louis, a lot to talk about today. Rowan sports, professional sports, a lot of home runs to talk about as well with MLB opening week just getting rolling. But we're first going to start in Rowan sports news. Rowan baseball has been on a hot streak as of late and has won 4 out of their last 5 games. The Profs scored 8 or more runs in those 4 victories. Pitcher Eli Attia continues to be dominant for the Profs, and in his last start against Montclair State, he pitched 7 innings of shutout baseball and only allowed 3 hits and struck out 5. Ryan Mastrangeli over those 5 games had a total of 7 hits and had 3 of them coming in 1 game. In the last game for Rowan baseball, they played on Tuesday against Penn State Abington when Rowan won a close one 9-7. Ryan Murphy and Ryan Mastrangeli both had 3 hits in that contest, with Mastrangeli adding a double and 3 RBIs. The Profs were supposed to take on TCNJ yesterday, but the game has now been postponed to Monday, April 18th. Rowan baseball is back in action today, though, on the road to take on TCNJ, and will play a doubleheader tomorrow against Ramapo.
Switching over to lacrosse, Ashley Letchleiter had 3 goals and Molly Green had 2 goals and 2 assists as the Rowan women's lacrosse team fell to the 6th-ranked TCNJ 21-9 in the NJAC opener for the Profs. Chloe Shea also scored twice for the Rowan Profs, while Erin Renshaw and Juliana Corson contributed 1 goal each. Elise Cohen assisted on 2 goals as she upped her season scoring total to 28 points. Jamie Cutrera and Shannon Sterner added assists on the evening as well. TCNJ did most of its scoring in the second half, outscoring the Profs 11-4 in the final 2 quarters. Rowan matched TCNJ goal for goal early on, with the Renshaw netting 1 and Letchleiter scoring 2 as the visitors led 4-3 at the end of the first quarter. Letchleiter and Juliana Corson provided the scoring for the Profs in the second as TCNJ held a 10-5 lead at halftime. Green got the Profs on the board in the third, and Chloe Shea scored back-to-back goals, 1 assisted by Corson, in a span of less than a minute to keep the Profs within 13-8. TCNJ started the fourth quarter with 3 goals straight before Green connected on 1 of the assists from Elise Cohen. The Lions then scored the final 5 goals of the game to provide the final margin. Rowan will hold this next contest against Ramapo on Saturday for the NJAC meeting at 1 p.m.
The Rowan men's track and field team is ranked #1 regionally as well as nationally. Robert McKinney was named NJAC Rookie of the Week for the week ending on April 10th. At the Temple University Invitational last Friday, McKinney ran on the 4x100 relay team that ran the fastest, yes, the fastest time in Division III track and field this season at 41.16 seconds. McKinney also ran the 100 meters at 10.85 seconds and the 200 meters at 21.85 seconds, and in both those races, he PR'd. On Saturday, the Profs went to the Stockton Invitational as well the following day and ran the 4x400 team consisting of Marquise Young, Charlie Serrano Juarez, Trishawn Stevenson, and Amara Conti. They took first in a time of 3 minutes and 17 seconds, which was best for number 3 in Division III. The men's track and field team will have runners at all different events this weekend. Runners will head to Auburn University for the War Eagle Invitational Friday and Saturday. Also on those days is the Larry Ellis Invitational at Princeton. On Saturday, the Profs will also compete at the Chester Quarry Classic at Winder for a real busy weekend.
Rowan's A.J. Akins and Damian Washington also have been named the 2022 NFF Honor Society, Hampshire Honor Society at that, as they announced today by the National Football Foundation and the College Hall of Fame. The honorees are college football players from all divisions and maintained a cumulative 3.2 GPA or better throughout their careers. the Profs joined an elite group of 1,559, yes, almost over 1,500 players from 313 schools who qualify for the membership in the Society's 16th year. The total is the second most in single year during the program's history, and the initiative has honored.
As for the Rowan softball team, they have been on fire as well. The Profs have won 12 out of their last 13 games. Their last game came this past Tuesday for a doubleheader against TCNJ. The softball team split the 2 games, losing the first contest 3-2. Rowan out-hit the Lions 8-6 in that game, but fell short of claiming victory with a late rally in the 4th and 5th innings by the Lions. However, the Profs bounced back in Game 2, trouncing on the Lions in 6 innings, winning 11-1. 4 Profs had multi-hit games, with Liz McCaffrey leading the way, going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Rowan softball also has moved up 2 spots to be ranked 16th in the NFCA Division III Top 25 poll. The Rowan softball team will also have a doubleheader tomorrow in Glassboro against Montclair State for another conference matchup in the NJAC. With that, we'll be right back with more All Access right after this short break.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to All Access with the Profs. I'm Garrett Smith with your news in the world of pro sports. The play-in tournament for the NBA is underway, and we've got some good games going on. On Tuesday, the Nets beat the Cavaliers to move on to the playoffs, and the Timberwolves beat the Clippers to secure their spot. On Wednesday, the Pelicans beat the Spurs and the Hawks beat the Hornets. The Spurs and Hornets have ultimately been eliminated. Today, Friday, April 15th, the Hawks go to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers, and the Pelicans head to LA to face the Clippers. The winner of these games will secure their spot in the playoffs. In NFL draft news, the Jaguars have the first pick of the draft and are expected to address the defensive line with an edge rusher, with the 2 of the top prospects being Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau. The Lions have the second pick and are a lot less predictable. They could be expected to take Hutchinson if he falls past the first pick, but if not, we could see the first quarterback go off the board at 2nd overall, with Liberty's Malik Willis gaining some hype in the past couple months. With the 3rd pick, the Texans could look to bolster their offensive line with one of the premier tackles in this year's draft. Really exciting stuff in the next couple weeks, and we'll be seeing if anything starts rattling up. Going over to the MLB, today is the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's historic Major League debut. Robinson was the first African-American Major League Baseball player in the modern era. His debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947 ended almost 80 years of baseball segregation. Every year, Major League Baseball commemorates this historic day by wearing the now retired number 42 in honor of Jackie Robinson and his incredible baseball career. Robinson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962 and left a legacy like no other. That's all the news we have for you in the world of sports. We'll be right back after a short break with more All Access.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
I see it.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to All Access with the Profs. We have a new segment for you today in honor of opening week for MLB Major League Baseball. We call it Out of the Park, and we're going to show you some of the best home runs this week in baseball. Let's get it started with Nick Castellanos. What a great name. That's all I have to say. And Castellanos driving it all the way deep to the center field part of Citizens Bank Park. Look at him hyping up Bryce Harper. I mean, unbelievable. Reese Hoskins as well. Nick Castellanos, the new player for the Philadelphia Phillies, coming over in free agency. He is going to be a huge superstar for them.
I like that, Nick, but check this one out. The 42-year-old Albert Pujols is now back with his original team, and look what he does. What better way to do it to get the crowd standing as he drills this one to left field off of a 93 miles per hour fastball, breaking ball at the bottom of the first. He records his 608th home run of his career, and he's 20 more to go before he gets to the big 700. 700.
Okay. Here's a good one. Chicago Cubs rookie Seiya Suzuki absolutely blasts his first home run of his career. 2 outs, 2 men on. Need a little single, right? Nope. How about a three-run, 412-foot bomb landing deep in the left field stands? Yeah, I think I'll take that one.
I don't know. That one's, see, they were all great home runs. They were all great. Garrett, I got to go with yours because you brought the energy.
Yeah, you brought the energy with that.
Suzuki. Here's the thing. I love Pujols' home run, though, because going back to Cardinals, bro. Going back to the Cardinals, he needed that one. Cardinals fans love him. I love him.
I agree. 680th
42 years old at that.
He's crazy.
He's still doing it. He's still doing it, Lloyd.
Still, yeah.
And, you know, when you have Albert Pujols going back to the St. Louis Cardinals, I mean, that's just huge for his career.
Yeah. So I'm going with Lloyd's.
All right, you're going to go with Lloyd's? Yeah. How about you?
I'm going to go with mine because I said 60
like yours? All right. I liked Garrett's.
So,
I thought Garrett's was good. Like Castellanos, I think we can agree was above all of them, but I'm not going to go there.
I thought you were going to go there because of the bias of the Phillies.
I could. But I'll leave it be. But we have some Rowan sports to talk about, guys. Rowan baseball playing really well right now. Garrett, what are your thoughts on their season so far?
They look absolutely solid. Mastrangeli, Ryan Murphy, both Ryans actually. Atia, they're
Ryan
all
squared.
Yeah, Ryan squared. They're all they're going off. There's nothing else to say about it. Atia is absolutely shutting them out. I'm seeing like a repeat of Drew Ryback from last year, or the last 5 years really. Atia's T is just a sensational player. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
I mean, Eli T, he's pitched really well, went 7 innings of shutout ball in his last appearance. Lloyd, I mean, this baseball team, do you think they can make a run once again? I think they can.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost to the the teams escaped me after that, but they lost in the first round of the NJAC playoffs last season in the tournament, unfortunately. But you know, we're going to be talking about a lot about strikeouts in their next segment as well. But when your team has been balling the way they've been balling lately, and also for softball, I want to give it up to them, but the pitching of obviously August and multiple girls that's on the squad. I think they can both make deep runs. It really just comes down to the profs, like how do they handle play in the postseason?
I'm so glad you brought up the softball team because they've won 12 of their last 13. Emily August, I was on the call for one of her games. She nearly threw a perfect game. Nearly threw a perfect game. It was unreal. Last pitch, base hit, but she's been so dominant, Garrett. I mean, what does she have to do to just continue to propel this team into the playoffs?
Exactly what she's been doing. I don't think you can change much. I mean, she's got to keep her head on her shoulders, you know, keep it up. Yeah, just keep doing what she's doing. Like, what else can you do, you know?
I know.
She's just got to stay healthy at this point, and they're going to go far.
I think it's going to be a good year for Rowan softball for sure. But from the college ranks to the major league ranks, we have to talk about opening week. It's been a fun week. We have baseball back. Lloyd, I mean, having baseball back is always fun. It means better weather as well. So,
we go outside and enjoy the game as well as the weather. Sometimes people trying to get home run balls by losing their nachos, trying to go down to get it, but
unfortunately.
But what I want to speak about is Kershaw from the Dodgers, you know, almost throwing the perfect game. Like I said, we're going to get back to the perfect game talk in just a brief moments, but, you know, there is a pitcher's count. You know, you want to watch the amount that a pitcher is using their arm as. Obviously, you know the game more than I do, so of course you can speak on this, but at least I could talk about the fact that 7 innings pitched, 13 Ks, these 2 innings away from having a perfect game. We don't know for a fact if he would have got it, but he was trending really well to do so. But it was still the fact that, you know, you take him out and, you know, take that moment from him. But not really a moment, but like it adds more to his record as well. It's more a personal thing than a team thing.
I'm with you. I did not like that they took out Kershaw. Garrett, I want to get your thoughts on this too, because when you take out Kershaw in the 7th inning, he's one of the best pitchers we've seen in a generation. And, you know, I believe he's thrown a no-hitter before, so I get it, and it's early on in the season. You don't want to ruin an arm early on, especially for an older pitcher. I still can't take him out 80 pitches. 80 pitches, I can't do it.
So they'll start the season off with a certain amount of pitches they can throw, you know? But if a guy's throwing 13 strikeouts, he's on track for more, obviously. Let him go to the 2 more innings.
You have to.
It's the first week of the season, you know. It might have been cold there that night, you know, but...
I mean, at that point, you're in the 4th quarter.
Right.
Like, if we're looking at any other sport, you're in the end game. And
final 3 innings.
Final 3, you might as well just let him go. I mean, you've already let him go this far.
Exactly.
Usually we've seen it around the 7th, around the 6th, that they'd be taken out. But
and it's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. It's not the same when you have a combined no-hitter or a combined perfect game. It doesn't feel the same because it's not just the one pitcher the entire
talks about
time.
it either.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's going to talk about it.
So, yeah, no one cares about the combined perfect game. But, Garrett, is there anything else that you've seen from the first week in Major League Baseball?
So you obviously know I like the Phillies. I don't want to talk about them. They got to get on their high horses. I know it's the first week, but figure it out. Come on. I was at the game with the Phillies beat the Mets. That's why I love MLB season. I just love it. You're out there.
The best.
It was nice out, you know. We came back from an 8-3 deficit.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was so fun. But I want to talk about Vladdy.
Yeah.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. That's what it's called. He had a 3 home run game this week.
That's unreal. He's been unreal.
Insane. Blue Jays, I mean, I love the young team. Like, the Blue Jays are just something different.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are going to be a really good team. They're going to go far. I went to opening day for the Phillies. That was a pretty cool experience.
When the Fanatic came out of the
helicopter. Fanatic came out of the helicopter. It was awesome. But, guys, it's been fun. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to All Access today, and we'll see you next week.